What's up, everyone? I'm DJ Hamilton, and you're tuned into the DJ Sports Show, where we give you the latest, greatest, and most exciting sports stories in the world of sports, from interviews to having people's stories heard and told. This is the DJ Sports Show. Let's get it! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm DJ Hamilton, and welcome to the DJ Sports Show, the place where we talk sports, have stories told, and make a difference. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and share anybody you know who loves sports. And listen on any audio platforms I want to make sure you leave a 5-star rating and share anybody you know. We're here to talk NFL Week 6. We have no Jeremy here today. He's busy, but we got my guy Tyler Miller and Nicholas Molik to talk some NFL football for you guys today. Tyler was on with me to talk the Stanley Cup a few months ago with Emma, and I know he's a well-rounded sports guy, so I want to hear his opinions and takes. I know he has a few. And then, of course, Nicholas, the NFL scout, the NFL expert. Weekly guest here on the DJ Sports Show, regular. How you doing, fellas?
Go first, Tyler, because I got a lot to say in a bit.
Yeah, I didn't have to stress this week. I was on a bye week, so just chilling. I was watching whatever I could. My team's on a bye week, so stress-free Sunday.
I wish I knew what that felt like.
Yeah, Nick. You want to talk about that ending there at the Jets game? Because what the hell happened? Because I was watching that game. You guys have it at midfield, and it's like, okay, this is your chance. You guys have the opportunity to get this win. It's 13-11. All you need is a field goal to win the game. And if you guys could just get a first down and within that range, you guys could just run the clock, get the field goal, and the game, you guys beat the Broncos, which would have been a major upset. But no, Justin Fields gets sacked. Not 2 of 3 possessions. And one of the possessions, he throws the ball too late to Garrett Wilson, who bobbles the ball because he threw it too late. And they, and then the next possession, he just gets sacked and loss of yards. And then at that point, you already knew the game was over. It's like you thought the Jets were bad. This was the nail in the coffin. This was the nail in the coffin today.
Bro, they are the worst run sports organization in North American sports, and it's not even close. It's not even close. And it really is a joke. And first off, I want to get to the quarterback. This guy can't start anymore. I mean, Justin Fields looked good in week 1. The dude could barely throw, and I think the guy's scared to throw. He's got the mobility, but he can't throw. He can't. And who else has he got to throw except for Garrett Wilson, who, by the way, played hurt, and he might not even be available next week. So can't wait to see Josh Reynolds as my number 1 receiver if it comes to that. I mean,
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you guys had -10 as a pro team, bro.
-10.
The high school team I covered, Middletown Varsity Football, had more passing yards. That's crazy.
Can that high school team coach this team? Like I said last week, I didn't know about Aaron Glenn. I'm telling you, Aaron Glenn is doing his damnedest to make himself a one and done coach.
You guys didn't even have 100 total yards in the game.
Unbelievable!
Gosh, this is
unbelievable.
Bad. High school teams do better than this.
Yep. And we got a coach who doesn't know what the heck he's doing. And look, the defense was good, which I will not bury the defense because they actually did their job this year. Michael Clemens, who stinks, actually did pretty well. Sherwood was awful in the first half, but he actually did something good here. Ahmad, because I refuse to call him Sauce, Ahmad Sauce Gardner was actually okay. And they benched Tony Adams. 5 weeks too late, by the way. 5 weeks too late. And we saw a lot of Malachi Moore on here. But the offense was the killer here. Justin Fields cannot play quarterback anymore. I need to see Tyrod as my... Heck, I'd rather see Brady Cook play at this point with how bad Fields was today. It's clear week 1 was a mirage. And plus the Steelers defense is one of the most overrated units in the league right now. But can I explain this, Aaron Glenn? This guy is such a genius, the practices are damn good, He basically goes into the press conference room and gets asked the question of, with how Justin Fields played, have you had thoughts of benching him? Nah, that's a stupid question. You shouldn't ask me that. Why? With how bad he played? What do you mean that's a stupid question? Oh, that's right, it's Aaron Glenn. And this guy goes on the press conference saying it's going to take time. This is going to be you came in on your first press conference, and you said, we're the New York Jets. I want to win. I want to come in and win. And now you're over here saying it's going to take time. It's a rebuild. In my experience in Detroit, you know what Detroit actually showed? Promise and care and love for the coach. Because Dan Campbell, in my opinion, is the top 5 coach in this league. All I hear from the players, and Garrett Wilson was arguing with Glenn in the second half, and like before the second quarter ended. Which, by the way, I don't understand why in the 2-minute drive you waste all the time that you have. You don't even take a shot deep. You blow your timeout on a 4th and 1 just so you decide to punt. Well, what a genius idea that was. And you have Aaron Glenn out there basically saying, you know what, everyone, we're done. Let's go to the locker room. Take a shot down the field. I know you have no receivers, but why not? Take a shot down the field. And it's clear they don't trust this quarterback. They don't. And I got to tell you as well, they should have kicked the 62-yard field goal at the end of that game. The fact that they went for it on a 4th and 8, which they knew Justin Fields, who, by the way, can you please stop holding on to the damn football when you're getting pressured? Throw it away. That's a major issue I've had with Fields when he was a Steeler, when he was in Chicago. I mean, Tyler, you probably have seen it way too many times as well when the Vikings play Chicago, that Fields holds on to the damn football. And let me just say another thing as well. Nick Folk, who, by the way, you shouldn't have let this guy go, Woody. You really shouldn't have. He's probably one of the best kickers in the franchise history. You should have kept him. And you should have trusted his leg. And people are like, oh, but he's never kicked anything longer than a 58-yard field goal. Yeah, but these kickers make long kicks. Well, I'd rather take a shot with Nick Folk than Justin Fields at this point. And the fact that you'd rather go for it on a 4th and 8, and instead of attempting to kick, unbelievable. This coach is abysmal. This quarterback sucks. We have the worst owner in the league. Woody, I hope you're happy right now with all your top connections in Britain right now. Because he's highly connected in the Britain scene. I hope you're happy, bro. I really do. And I don't trust this regime to draft the quarterback, because it's clear Fields ain't it. It's clear. I don't trust these guys. Wait, do you trust these guys? I mean, look at the guys they drafted. Where are they? I mean, Membu's been solid. I mean, he was kind of iffy the last few weeks. I mean, Taylor was solid last week. He's done jack. And where the hell is Arian Smith? You drafted this kid in the 4th round. He's the only receiver that has potential, and you don't even play him unless it's on special teams? What? Oh, my God. This team's a disgrace. Unbelievable.
Before I let Tyler go, just looking on StatHead. So I looked up what other games have the Jets have 0 yards or less. The only other 2 instances were back in October 14th, 1973, when they had 0 yards, and then back in December 21st, 1975, against Dallas. So this was by far the least amount of yards they've ever had in a game, -10 for passing yards. So this was an atrocity. This is the worst in organization history, and you never thought it could get any lower than this because they've been bad for years.
Dude,
I think it's a lower point.
Why they let go of Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, I don't understand it. People are like, oh, but Aaron Rodgers is the problem. He's the reason why. No, it's not Aaron Rodgers' fault that everything went wrong last season. It was Robert Saleh, who you should have fired 2 years ago, and the inept owner. But I'm pretty sure they only let him go because Woody didn't want to keep Aaron around. He wanted to bench him after the Broncos game last year. This owner sucks. Sell the team. Sell it. Because you stink at this, Woody. And MetLife stinks, by the way. That stadium is awful. One of the worst stadiums not named FedEx Fields. Can we get a new stadium, please? Oh, my God.
And then before I let Tyler go, the other times they've ever had 100 yards or less in a game, total yards, so passing and rushing, 3 other instances. The most recent time was back on January 9th, 2022 at Buffalo.
Thanks, Zach Wilson. Thanks, Zach.
Yeah. And then the other times were 2017 against the Denver Broncos, and then back in 1976 on December 12th against Cincinnati Bengals. This is an atrocity. I've seen high school football teams play better than this. and I cover one.
I've seen high school teams coached better than what I saw this morning.
I'm gonna have to call some of the Middletown varsity football players. Yo, Joseph Royo, you want to come on the team? Yo, Anthony Russo, you want to come play quarterback? Because I think even they could have done what the Jets did today. That's how bad it was.
Oh my God. And for those out there saying, "Oh, you got to be negative. You got to look at the positives, moral victories." What is there to be positive about? There really, we haven't even made the playoffs in almost like 15 years. It's going to be 16 years. We haven't even made the playoffs, and I don't know where they go from here. I don't trust this coach. I hope he's gone at the end of the year. I don't trust this GM at all. I don't believe in this team. But if we do get the first pick, I want Newsomar, but if Mendoza's there, I'll take him too.
Tyler's like,
I didn't even know who was projected to go number 1 overall. I saw Mendoza was up there in recent mock drafts, but I'm not sure what that name was that you first named. But
Garrett Newsomar from LSU.
Nussmeier.
No, I say it wrong every single damn time. This is what happens when I'm pissed off.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Dante Moore from Oregon's good quarterback as well. I mean, I don't know about Sellers this year. I think he'll wait another year, but this team needs a quarterback. And heck, maybe even trade up for a wide receiver while you're at it too.
You guys need everything.
I need a new owner. Can we draft a new owner? Clip this right now. Anyone out there who's a football genius, can we draft a new owner?
Tyler, is there anything you wanted to say related to the Jets, or we want to go through?
I'm just every time I watch them, I'm not really sure what I'm watching. I was a
yo, same way.
I was a big. I'm not gonna lie to you. I loved watching Zach Wilson at BYU and really thought he was gonna be the real deal. And then when the Jets took him, I was like, okay, this guy's gonna be the real deal. He's really gonna do it. And then when he got to the NFL, I was like, what happened to the player I just watched at BYU? What happened to the player I watched play Coastal Carolina tail for tail in that game at the end of their season right before his draft year? What happened to the player that
I'll tell you why. He faced real competition. That one dumb year BYU had, they faced terrible competition in the pandemic where players opted out, and Zach had that 1 year wonder. And then when he had his warm-up, he had that one crazy throw, and just like, let's go in on him.
People were calling him the next Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, bro, over what? I'm like, bro, relax.
And then the owner, here's the crazy part about this owner. He basically goes, when they signed Justin Fields, he's like, we always wanted to draft Justin Fields that 1 year. Really? It's the same draft you had Zach Wilson drafted. What do you mean you always wanted Justin Fields?
Yeah, that 2021 draft, what a disappointment. I mean, think about it. A lot of hype with these prospects. Trevor Lawrence, he didn't live up to the hype. He hasn't lived up to what we thought. People were comparing him to Peyton Manning and things of that nature. Next franchise quarterback. Justin Fields, people were saying, oh, this guy could potentially be maybe a poor man's Lamar Jackson. Not as good as Lamar, but maybe like he could run the football. He could scramble out the pocket, but he hasn't panned out. Look, Chicago traded him to get Caleb Williams. They won't, because they were like, oh, Justin Fields, he hasn't really shown he could be our franchise quarterback. We're going to try to get Caleb Williams in the draft. And they got Caleb Williams and traded away Justin Fields. Like, he was damaged good.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson, like, he's a backup quarterback now.
I swear, if the Miami Dolphins start Zach Wilson that game, and as a Dolphin he beats the Jets, I'm going to lose my mind. And Mac Jones, who, by the way, should have been drafted to San Francisco because Kyle Shanahan wanted him, and the only reason why Trey Lance got drafted 3rd overall was because the GM went over the coach. Which Mac actually looks better on one hand and one, like the dude has one shoulder and one leg. He actually looked okay, but I often wonder what if Kyle Shanahan got Mac Jones instead of Trey Lance.
Yeah, that's always an interesting dilemma to think about. But yeah,
one of the biggest draft busts.
Trey Lance?
Yeah.
That 2021 draft is infamous, man. That draft was so disappointing. It's just, when you think about the NFL, the NFL draft was so disappointing.
Yeah. And I kind of feel for Trey Lance because I don't think it's his fault. I think it's because of the injuries he had. But he just kept getting hurt. And I think he's backing up Herbert in Los Angeles now, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he
I
is.
also have this thing where I'm like, you have to be careful what you're watching when you watch the FCS. I really don't think a lot of QBs that come out of the FCS, no offense to Trey Lance, no offense to Carson Wentz, but I don't think you're watching a top tier quarterback when you're watching the FCS. Like I said, you have to be really, really careful when you're evaluating talent there. You're not playing people that are NFL level talent. Yeah. You're playing people that are like, no offense again, but like you're playing people that are like scrubs. You're playing people that will make their stay in like the XFL or whatever the Rock calls it now.
The UFL.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where this competition's mainstay is going to be. You're not playing anybody good. Like Wentz is what he is. Wentz is a career backup quarterback. Like he's on my team right now because my quarterback's hurt. But Trey Lance is not that either. He's not getting the opportunity, but he also has gotten hurt so many times, and he also came out of the FCS. When was the last time you saw a quarterback not named Trey Lance and not named Carson Wentz that came out of the FCS into the NFL and really thrived? I'll wait.
Oof, that's a great question.
That's a good question.
And he's a college football guru, so even Nicholas being stumbled on this is like, oh yeah, that's.
I might have to go on to Bing for that one. I might have to go on to Bing for that.
I think I'm shook. No, that's a.
Hold on, I'm going on to Bing real quick.
I can't think of one either.
Zabel, no, he's not a quarterback.
Yeah.
Tommy Mellett got drafted this
really
year. He
stinks. FCS is not really known for. Oh, Jimmy Garoppolo's one. No?
Oh, yeah, that is true.
And Joe Flacco. That's really it. And Joe Flacco. Those are only other.
Ben DiNucci's the other one.
Ben DiNucci is quite a name. Ben DiNucci was famous when he played for Dallas a few years ago.
Oh my God, when Andy Dalton got hurt and like Dak had that injury, I'm legit sitting there and I hear Ben DiNucci. I'm like, who the hell is that?
Yeah, I'm watching a Dallas Philly primetime game and they're like, oh, Ben DiNucci's a starter. I'm like, who?
Well, if you want to go cornerbacks, James Bradbury got drafted there from FSC. I'm trying to.
But Nick, anything else you want to say in your Jets before we move on to the next game?
Yeah, would he sell the team? And there's one other thing too, like, and then we'll move on. Like, I'm looking at this Jets schedule, man. Like, there is a real chance that they're gonna go like 0-17 this year. Like, they're really like they face the Panthers, that's a loss. They face the Bengals, that's a loss. They face Cleveland with how good that defense is, that's a loss. They face the Patriots, who are on fire right now, that's a loss. They face Baltimore, which that's a loss too, because they'll have their guys back and healthy. They have the Falcons loss, Dolphins loss, Jaguars loss, even though that game's a win-win for me because the Jaguars are my number 2 team, so either way, it helps me. Then the Saints loss, Patriots loss, and then the Bills, who are probably going to rest their guys, and that'll probably be our 1 win. But there is a real chance that they go 0-17. And I don't care if it's his first year. I don't care how beloved Aaron Glenn was as a player. He needs to go. I don't want him developing my quarterback. I'm sorry. And sell the team, Woody. Now we can move on.
But yeah.
By the way, on a side note with speaking quarterbacks, did you guys hear how Anthony Richardson got hurt?
No.
He basically was like using one of those elastic bands during warm-ups, and like the band resulted in like an eye injury, and like he has like a broken bone in his face.
Oh my God.
I heard Charvarius Ward got hurt, I think, too, right?
Yeah, concussed. He got concussed during warm-ups.
He ran into a teammate in warm-ups and fell.
Oh my God! I mean, luckily they faced the Raiders, who stink. And can they bench Geno now? Like, he already has double-digit turnovers since like week 6.
I never thought what's his name going back to coach the Raiders was ever going to be a good fit again. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of the name.
I think he was only put in there just as a culture setter, like to clean up the culture, and I don't think he's going to be in there for. And I think his son is also coaching as well. He basically pulled a Bill Belichick, except he doesn't have a train wreck girlfriend like someone else in UNC, you know.
And Geno's his backup is Kenny Pickett. You bench Geno, you're getting worse.
Well, that is true. Kenny Pickett. like Cam Ward used to say, I'm gonna keep it a buck grass. That's basically Kenny
Yeah.
Pickett.
Pretty much.
Speaking of a team that's ass is the Miami Dolphins, man. I mean, so coming to
Their coach is so fired. Their coach is so fired. The fact that Tua's out there basically saying
game, and I was like, man, looks like the Jets. That was a joke. And then after that game, I'm like, the Dolphins. This is a big game coming in for the Chargers and the Dolphins because the Chargers, they were coming off 2 straight losses after starting off the NFL season hot, 3 straight weeks. You don't want to lose 3 straight weeks right after that. I know you're dealing with a lot of injuries and things of that nature, but you don't want to lose to a Dolphins team coming into this game that's 1-4 and they don't have Tyreek Hill. That would be very embarrassing for your organization. And now a lot of people will be starting to question you guys.
I think it's telling too that the quarterback during the press conference was like, yeah, we got a lot of players that are just not showing up for things and like not doing this. And I'm like, yeah, Mike McDaniel, you better update your resume because he for sure is like, he is one of the 2 coaches that are absolutely fired at the end of this year.
Yeah. He better get
him
on.
And Brian Callahan are like locks into getting fired this year.
He better
and hopefully
get on.
Aaron Glenn if the Jets do the smart move. But
okay, give Brian Callahan a break. He's a
terrible coach. He doesn't even know the rules. He doesn't even know the rules of football. What do you mean give him a break? Some offensive guru you got there in Tennessee.
He doesn't have a lot of top-tier talent.
Yeah, but when you don't know the rules of how a catch operates in the NFL, I'm sorry, you need to go. You are not a good head coach.
The only good offensive players they have are Tony Pollard, Calvin Ridley, and the ghost of Tyler Lockett.
Well, what about the Pete Rose Betting Association? I mean, like, Calvin Ridley got a huge sponsorship deal with them, you know? I mean, they could offer health care for Calvin Ridley, who's, you know, dealing with his injury. And you could probably throw in Tyler Lockett in there if he ever plays. What a great move that was, signing him to a contract, huh?
I'm dead.
They've got no offensive weapons to help Cam Ward right now.
Let's get back to the Titans. You guys talking about Titans? Oh, nah. Let's get back to the Dolphins because Mike McDaniels.
Yeah, let's get back.
Yeah, let's get back to the Dolphins. We'll get into that later, but nah. But I was watching this game, man, and I'm just like, I knew it was gonna be a bad game coming off the gate because in that first offensive drive, Tua throws that interception. Even though I don't think it was his fault because the pass went through Jalen Waddle's hands. Honestly, I think they kind of need to change that rule in the NFL where if a quarterback throws the ball and the receiver has it right in their hands and if it's the receiver's fault and they drop it and it goes to the defender and they intercept it, it should not be the quarterback's interception on the stat sheet. I think they need to change that rule.
100% agree with you.
Because that first interception was not Tua's fault. I mean, he had 3 in the game, but that first one, that should not be on his stat sheet. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, the second one was bad though. The second pick was bad.
Yeah. That third one. You see the end of the game, he just like threw it to the guy.
Oh my god!
Defense,
Tua has had some brutal picks this year, and
It's bad.
I'm telling you, his contract might end up as one of the worst, not named Deshaun Watson's. Like oh man, like that contract is bad, man. And like Tyreek Hill's another piece of work, but like missing him on the field is just a brutal loss. And I love Jalen Waddle, but
he's a number 2 receiver.
Waller actually, yeah, he is a number 2. And Darren Waller, who actually, because ever since he had that failed rapping career and divorced his WNBA player ex-wife, he's actually played well. Like he really has played well in Miami.
Nah,
I forgot who he was married to, but I remembered she was a WNBA player, so I had to throw that in there. But besides that, this offense like it isn't in deep trouble. How about the defense too? Like their defense is in deep trouble as well. And I gotta tell you, like if I'm the Miami Dolphins, I would honestly trade a lot of pieces. Like Chubb, I would trade. Jalen Phillips, I would trade. Brooks, the linebacker, I would trade. Maybe you could get an offer for Fitzpatrick if you want. They used the first round pick on Grant, who actually showed something with a sack in this game as well. But yeah, Miami's got a lot of problems. But this was a must-win game for the Chargers, who I don't know how they lost to the Giants. I mean, Jackson Dart, who came, even though Jackson Dart looked good on Thursday, they needed this win badly, the Chargers. And Ladd McConkey actually finally showed up and played. Like, good old Ladd McConkey.
Can we talk about that
he was
Justin
a real Ladd
Herbert play? I mean, this guy is 6'6", 240. You saw the way he basically took the defenders off of him. They said, we're trying to bring you down. He said, nope, I'm staying right on my feet. Finding like McConkey for that 42-yarder. First down. Get them within field goal range. And that set the Chargers up to win that game. That was the play of the game. That changed everything. That changed everything in that game.
Yep.
We have to give Herbert his respect.
And you got to give a shout out. You got to give a shout out to Vidal too. I can't pronounce his first name. Kimani Vidal, I think his name is.
Yeah,
if I pronounced it wrong, if he's listening to this, I apologize. But he actually had 124 rushing yards. Not bad. I'm telling you, not bad for a guy who was listed as their number 3. And Hassan Haskins stinks. That guy's awful. He's only on the team because everybody else is hurt. But that guy, if that guy starts, you're in deep trouble.
And can we talk about this Miami offense? So coming into this game, they've only had 2 plays of over 40-plus yards. They had 2 in the first half, and I thought they were going to get going. But that's how it shows you missing Tyreek Hill, how it hurts your offense, how you don't have that explosive threat downfield that you can really spread the defense.
It helps your culture, though. It helps the culture of that locker room because he's not a captain. That's damning, in my opinion, that he's not even voted as a team cap. And then again, why would you vote for a guy with this history? I mean, I've lost track how many times this man has been in the news for something wrong, but on the field, he's talented, but I think culture-wise, it's a little bit of a boost. But I'm telling you, if Mike McDaniels gets fired mid-season, wouldn't shock me. With what I'm hearing with the culture stuff with Tua, I don't see him lasting the entire year, and he's gonna get another chance in the NFL as a coordinator.
Yeah, I'm shocked he even made it this long. I thought he would have been fired because I've been saying it the last few weeks. I think I started saying it 2 weeks ago. I think he should be fired already. I'm shocked he's still even a coach at the NFL level for the Miami Dolphins. They've been looking terrible.
Can I ask a question to you, Tyler? I want to ask you a question. You might know this. Why is Chris Greer still there? Why is he still there as a GM?
I wish I could tell you.
He's been there for 15 years. Why is he still there?
Why are we not changing something? I really wish I could tell you.
Oh my God! He must have something on Stephen Ross, because there's no way he should have a job with the bad drafting, the bad hirings. He should have been canned when Brian Flores got fired. And bro, I so badly want Brian Flores as my head coach.
Nope.
I'm glad he's your DC. I love Brian. That dude should have never gotten fired in Miami. But man, you got a real defensive coordinator there.
We got to give him a lifetime contract so he stays.
Like what Mike Tomlin has in Pittsburgh.
Okay, Tomlin's never had a losing season.
Yeah, but let's be real. If this wasn't the Steelers, he would have been fired in 2020 after that playoff.
Just to let you know, he's a big Steelers hater. He's a Steelers hater.
Half the coaching staff was out due to COVID. They had improper practices for weeks, and you get destroyed by Cleveland in that playoff game. Come on, that's grounds for firing.
Guess who was their rookie head coach at the time? Former Vikings offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, and guess how many times they've gotten past the wild card since the Killer Bees left?
0.
I'm only kidding, Tyler. I'm just messing with you.
Hey, I'm a Vikings fan. I don't know what success is.
No, I don't know what success is. Look at my history.
He's tortured. He's tortured, but
you've been to an NFC. Your team's been to an NFC Championship game. I haven't even gotten that.
Yeah,
excluding 2010 in that 1 year, I've gotten nothing from this franchise.
Not even a playoff appearance is crazy.
Ugh.
But the next game, you guys, what are you going to talk about? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the 49ers is the next game I watched. Can I just say, man, Baker Mayfield, he might be in the running for the MVP, man. This guy is
No, I still think Dak is the MVP favorite.
Wait, who did you say was the MVP, DJ?
I think Baker Mayfield and Josh Allen are up there for MVP.
Dak's been playing out of his mind, though.
Yeah, Dak's up there too. Dak's up there too, but I just feel like Tampa Bay and their defense stepped up today because their defense has not been one of the better defenses in the NFL. But what he's doing with this offense, I mean, some of those you saw the way he broke off 4 tackles in that game to find Tez Johnson for his first career touchdown. That was one of the best plays you're going to see all season. Baker Mayfield is amazing. I feel like he's one of the big. It's been incredible to see how he's turned around his career. Because I remember his first few years in Cleveland, he was getting ransacked by the media. Everybody hated on him, calling him cocky.
It's not his fault he had Hugh Jackson as a head coach.
And he was playing with a dysfunctional organization
that one year.
Yeah.
And then they stupidly chose Freddie Kitchens as the head coach. Oh
he went
my
from,
God!
What, Cleveland to Carolina or was it Cleveland to Carolina to the Rams and then to the Bucs, or was it the
correct
Cleveland and then Rams and then Carolina? I couldn't remember.
No, it was Cleveland. Then they wanted an adult at quarterback, so they got Deshaun Watson, some adult that is. Then he went to Carolina, which he would have succeeded if Matt Rule wasn't the coach. Then he went to the Rams, which rehabilitated him, and then he went to Tampa Bay. I mean, Tampa Bay is such a great team, but I think they would be much better if Todd Bowles wasn't the coach. That's another coach who's lucky to be in the position he is, because that division sucks, and the Buccaneers are the only competent team in there.
I feel like they should have replaced Todd Bowles with Liam Cohn. I feel like I could be wrong, but
I agree, because Todd Bowles, with how his coaching philosophy is, and he puts this team in positions to lose games, and Baker Mayfield's just that good. And I do wonder about Ibuka's injury, because he got hurt as well. I don't know the update. Yeah. I mean, everyone with hamstring injuries, like Mike Evans Jackson, has a hamstring.
Ibuka,
Lamar. Once you get a hamstring injury, that's just a very bad injury. You gotta give credit to the run game too. I mean, there was no Bucky Irving. They had Rashad White and Tucker. They did pretty well, even though I think Rashad White is terrible, but he did pretty well. Tampa's defense is still amazing. It really is. And I will give credit to the 49ers here. Even though Mac Jones didn't have a good game here, for the amount of injuries they had, it was a much closer game than I thought it was going to be. And I'm telling you, if you haven't picked up Kendrick Bourne yet in fantasy, do it. Just do it. Play Shia LaBeouf in the background.
Yeah. And I'm just shocked
exactly 142 yards.
Oh, no, what you say?
Exactly 142 yards in back-to-back games.
Yep, exactly. And I was going to say, I'm actually kind of shocked it wasn't a one-score game. Like, because coming to this game, the Bucs...
And that tight end, Jake Tongs, man, you got to give that kid credit, too. I mean, he's done a good job replacing George Kittle.
And I was going to say, the Buccaneers, I was shocked it wasn't a one-score game because first team NFL history to win their first 4 games in the final minute of regulation. And then the 49ers, they've had a lot of close games, too, as well. And before this season's 4-1 turnaround, before today's loss, they were 24-34 in one-score games on the Kyle Shanahan. So this is a team that has kind of found the formula how to win. Obviously, they didn't do it today, but they have kind of found the formula of how to win tight, close-knit under pressure situations. And they only have their starting quarterback and Brock Purdy, who's still out with turf toe. Yeah, the fact that the 49ers will be able to still be so good with all these injuries, I'm shocked it was, like I said, like Nick said, I'm shocked it was this competitive because I honestly thought with the offense the Buccaneers have, I thought they could just outshoot them and outscore them in this game.
And it's not playoffs. It's not playoffs yet.
Yeah,
it's not playoffs yet. They aren't going to go full Shanahan and choke away a game in the playoffs. But
I don't know if you saw this. He got something for everybody.
What? What? He goes full Shanahan. Ever since 28-3, Kyle Shanahan's been nothing but a choker. Like, he chokes so many games coaching-wise.
Ravens, he talks about
I'm sorry, going back.
Shanahan, Niners.
Harbaugh should have been fired last year. We'll get to the Ravens later.
What's that show
Harbaugh should have been fired last.
When Tom Brady got roasted, that's what it was called, the roast.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
That Netflix thing, I watched it.
It was the last year, right? Or 2 years ago. What was it? Last year?
Yeah, it was. I think it was last year.
Yeah, because I'm
going back to the football game. Did you see Eddie Pinheiro was getting ready to kick the field goal and his teammate stepped on him on his foot and he still made it, but he was limping on.
Yeah,
these guys can't catch a break with injuries. Their kicker is hurt too.
Did you see Evan McPherson went to kick the 67-yard field goal at halftime against Green Bay?
That was insane.
He made the first one off the bar and in, but Matt LaFleur calls a timeout right before he kicks it, and then he goes for it again and he misses it, and I'm like, man.
Well, I think the NFL would, knowing what we know about Justin Tucker, I'm pretty sure the NFL would have counted that if he didn't call the timeout. Like they probably want like that his records to be broken, and they're like, that's probably why they're like doing this new thing where like when they're kicking field goals, like they could replace the balls and like they have special balls. That's why I've heard they've been doing and why kickers kick longer field goals. My friend had I don't remember if I told you this, DJ. If you did, tell him stop, man. I'll be quiet. My friend has a conspiracy theory. He says they're doing that just so they could get rid of Justin Tucker's records, knowing how much of a creep he is.
It's an interesting theory. Yeah, that is an interesting theory.
Like, I'm being serious here.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get deep on. I'm not gonna get deep on that. But any other games you guys want to mention?
Yeah, you go, Tyler.
Let me just say the Ravens are an absolute mess without Lamar, without Roquan Smith. They're a mess. Like, ever since Lamar went down, they can't win a game. Like, Cooper Rush is bad. Tyler Huntley's not good. Derrick Henry finally did something this week against a defense that couldn't stop him, and they kept having to throw it because the Ravens defense couldn't stop Matthew Stafford. They couldn't stop Puka Nacua. They couldn't do it. And then the one time they actually have to throw the ball without Jackson, it goes nowhere. They benched Cooper Rush in, like, what was it, the third quarter? They brought in Tyler Huntley, and I'm like, okay, you finally make a good choice. But
hey, Shador, do you regret not going to Baltimore?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. But who could have foreseen his injury?
That is that Lamar suffers his injury and like Baltimore was going to draft him. He's like, nah, I want to start for another team. He'd be starting right now if he had his attitude in check. But with Baltimore, yeah, they're done. Like, I'm sorry. Like, they really are cooked. And ever since that playoff game where they didn't trust King Henry, they went for the fourth down and they threw it to Andrews who dropped it. They should have trusted King Henry on there, and that's on coaching. They lost that game because of coaching. But it's sad with this Baltimore team. Like, you really should tank and like get a top pick so you can trade down to get all these assets. But yeah, or if you want to blow it all up, you could do that. But yeah, it's just sad with Baltimore. I mean, Derrick Henry is going to be wasted during one of his final years here. Mark Andrews is, he tries, but he tried his best. Zay Flowers is the only receiver that did much. Hopkins is a scrub now. I mean, yes, he had 2 receptions for 20 yards, but he's...
I know. Trust me, I know. I'm a Chiefs guy. We saw it last year.
and Rashad Bateman is like... Rashad Bateman stinks. I mean, that guy is... Like, whatever happened to him, I have no idea.
Yeah, he used to be a valuable receiver for them, like a number 2 or number 3. He hasn't really done nothing.
Yeah, and he's done nothing. He's done nothing this year. Sort of like the future that Cooper Rush kind of had. Like, this was a game where Cooper Rush is, Tyler Snoop Huntley did not, like, even though he's a Pro Bowl quarterback, who cares? He got in the Pro Bowl with 900 passing yards. Like, that's all you need to know about the Pro Bowl. But he didn't really do much either. Baltimore's really, unless they could get healthy, like sooner rather than later, they're in deep trouble here. And it helps that they're in the AFC North because I'm not sold on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I really am not. I mean, yes, they did well against the Cleveland Browns, but it's the freaking Browns. That team is a mess, excluding defensive-wise. The Bengals are done. I don't think they have anything. And Cleveland's sneakily underrated with that defense. So, you can't rule it out, but yeah, Baltimore is in deep trouble. They are in real deep trouble here. And the Rams, I mean, I don't know what any updates on Puka Nacua's injury, because I know he
came back in the game.
He did come back, but like you could still see that he was obviously hurt. Good for him for finishing though. And I gotta tell you, for Kyren Williams, they didn't lose the game last Thursday because of Kyren Williams. I think they lost it because the coach decided on a 4th and 1 to go for it when he could have kicked the field goal and exited out with a tie. He did pretty well. Stafford didn't really have to do much because Baltimore is so injured to the point where they should change their logo. Where they have the Baltimore Ravens logo with the B. They should just change it with the hospital Red Cross.
Yeah.
That's how injured they are.
You can do that for the 49ers too. It'll blend in right perfectly with their colors.
Yeah, I mean, that is true.
Oh, blend right.
That is true.
The fact that Mac Jones is doing what he does without Ricky Pearsall, without Brandon Ayuk, without George Kittle, and I think McCaffrey's still playing hurt too. The fact that he was taking blow after blow when he played the Rams, he just kept getting hit and hit and hit.
And he was getting massaged by like the trainer on the side. They cut to Mac Jones, and you could see them massaging his like arm and his leg. Like it was like, I don't know how that guy came back in to play.
Nah, he's had a renaissance.
He's just a warrior. I mean, you're without Kittle, you're without Ayuk, you're without Pearsall, and like I said, I'm pretty sure McCaffrey is still playing hurt. The fact that he's doing what he's doing, and Purdy's hurt. I'm sorry, I'm not sold on Brock Purdy either.
But I'm not either. I'm not. I mean, they had to pay him because Purdy, like, if you lose him, I don't know who you would have replaced him with. But Mac Jones as the backup makes sense because, like I said earlier, Kyle Shanahan wanted him, and he's doing a good job with the guy he wanted to draft. But can I be honest with you guys? I don't. We talked about Anthony Richardson earlier, but Cardinals suck. They suck.
Yeah, he's been telling me the Cardinals are mediocre, and they are.
They are so mediocre. I mean, Brissett played pretty well.
Yeah, no Kyler Murray this game.
I'm not sold on Kyler either.
I wasn't sold on Kyler the moment like that bonus leaked out about his contract. Like there was like a Call of Duty clause or something like that. The moment that leaked, I'm like, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, that was crazy when I heard that.
Remember when Eddie Lacy's contract got leaked that like he had like a weight loss bonus program or whatever it was, and he never was the same after that. But the moment that happened with Kyler, it's just
Eddie Lacy was a Vikings killer. I hated watching him play my team 2 times a year.
Yeah. But I believe in this Colts team now. Indiana Jones did pretty well. Jonathan Taylor's the best running back in football. I don't even think it's close.
Daniel Jones has Kevin O'Connell to thank. Just laying out there.
I agree with that. I really do agree with that. Tyler Warren, man, I wish the Jets draft. I get why they didn't because they needed a tackle. And Membu, but Tyler Warren is such a great tight end for them. He really is. That Colts team is legit.
Yeah, I told you about
that Colts team is legit.
I told you, I said last week. I said you think they could be a contender. You were like, I don't know yet.
I wasn't sure, but after this game, I'm believing in them. I mean, we'll see once they face the Jaguars. I still think Jacksonville's the favorite to win that division, but I'm believing in this Colts team to at least either make the playoffs or a wild card because I'm looking at the AFC like the wild card is absolutely wide open unless you're a Jet. But yeah, as for Arizona, I don't know, man. I really don't know where they go from here. They're just so mediocre. I just don't see that team like going to the playoffs, and I really don't know where they go from here. It's sort of like what the Carolina Panthers are. I mean, I can't believe the Panthers won this game against Dallas. Dallas was like, I feel so bad for Dak. He's such a great quarterback, but like that defense is so bad. It's like when you make Bryce Young look competent, like we got problems because Bryce Young stinks.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns for him, and you allowed the Panthers to get over 400 total yards, over 200 rushing yards for the Panthers. Are you kidding me? Yeah, they can't stop.
Yeah, Daddle's an animal.
I never understood why they let Rico Daddle go. That I never understood why Dallas did that. He's played really well in Carolina, and he's definitely the starting running back. Yeah, he's definitely the starting running back for the rest of the year. And how about McMillan scoring the 2 touchdowns as well? He actually looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
What about
he was one
Drake
of the highest. He was. That brings me to another thing. Vikings fans were preaching that they wanted Drake May in this draft. They wanted last year's draft. They wanted Drake May. They wanted Drake May.
It's looking good.
It was the fact that New England had the number 2 pick. The Vikings offered them 3.
I think they had the number 3 pick if I remember correctly.
Because Caleb went 1 to Chicago, and number 2 was Jane Daniels to Washington Commanders. So yeah, 3 pick.
It was the fact.
Yep. You're right.
There was a report that came out that the Vikings offered them 3 first-round. I think it was 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick, and they still said no. And I was like, okay.
I think they also didn't they offer a player, not Everson Griffin. Who's the pass rusher?
Jonathan Grenard.
I think it was no. It might have been him. I mean, I might be wrong there. I can't remember off the top
Dallas
of my head,
Turner, Grenard, Van Ginkel.
No, I can't remember. I do remember the three. I remember it was 3 firsts and a player. Yeah, I mean Drake May. They got something in him. They really do. And now that he has a coach there and Mike Vrabel, because Gerard Mayo was a terrible coach. He was not even close to being. He's a good positional coach, but he was nowhere near ready for the head coaching role. But May looked good. I mean, the Saints suck. May
he did it last week.
The Bills were playing. The Bills were sleepwalking in that game.
Yeah.
No, the Bills were sleepwalking in that game. I don't even. They know they're winning the division. They were taking off that game. So no, I am giving him credit. I'm just saying, like, I'm not overhyping that game as I am for this game. I actually think he looked really good. And I'll give you another name. Like, look, Spencer Rattler isn't good, but he looks fine there. I mean, he's okay, and I just wish that the team around him was good. And the defense is awful.
That's a pretty good compliment.
Boy.
Only better. And May gets out. And May gets out of UNC right before Belichick shows up.
Yeah,
just on time. He's killing it, man. I was very high on the Mike Vrabel, the Titans.
Yes, he was.
Listen,
again, DJ, it goes to show you that coaching matters in the
especially in football.
This isn't the NBA.
Yeah, football coaching matters probably more than any other sport.
Coaching.
Yeah.
What?
No, I said coaching.
Yeah, I have it. Football, baseball, hockey, college basketball. Yeah, you could legit.
Some people get confused basketball.
Yeah. Well, you could legit put like an elementary school counselor in that role and nothing changes. I mean, like a majority of these players act like elementary schools off the court. You know what I mean? So what's the difference?
Right.
Anyways, we're getting off topic here. The one thing I do got to criticize Vrabel is why are you giving Stevenson more carries than Henderson? Because it's clear Henderson's the better back. And I forgot what week it was where Stevenson had those fumbling issues, but that was the week you should have just went more into with Henderson. But what are you gonna do there? This Kendrick Booty looks
Keyshawn Booty.
Yeah.
And Demario Douglas.
I mean, and they did pretty well. I mean, Stephon Diggs was terrible. He's only had one good game as a Patriot. But besides that, they did their job. They really did their job. And the defense, I mean, they could have done a little better against the Saints squad, but you got the win. That's all that matters.
Hey, and it's not just a win. AFC East.
Ain't
no walking.
No. Listen. Buffalo. It will be a walk in the park this Monday night. They face the Falcons, another loser franchise. 100%.
I wouldn't underestimate Atlanta's offense. I mean,
I wouldn't worry about Atlanta's offense. I'm not sold on Atlanta's at all. And that coach needs to go too. Raheem Morris is not a good I never understood the hiring there. He is not a good head coach. And that GM is a moron too.
I like Bijan Robinson. I like Drake London. I like Tyler Algier. I like how Kyle Pitts has figured it out. I feel like they have the weapons on offense, but they don't have.
Sure, Kyle Pitts figured it out.
I feel like if he has more good games, he can figure it out. But I feel like they don't have the good offensive coaches around them that they need. Like you said, I'm not sold on Morris. I'm not sold on their offensive coordinator. They have the offensive talent. It's just putting things together, but they don't have the right coaches for that.
I don't even think they have the right GM. I didn't like the Penix pick. I still don't like it, not only because of his age, but his injury history. But I haven't really liked Atlanta's drafting. I mean, this last year's they got the pass rushers, which they desperately needed, but never understood why they traded this draft's first just to trade up to get the other pass rusher. Never understood. Well, I think it was Pierce that they traded up for.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly. I never understood that, but it's clear Atlanta's going all in, and they need to make the playoffs in order to save their jobs. I really do think that. But, I don't know. We'll see. I could be wrong. I'm always wrong. I mean, I thought Daniel Falele would be a good offensive tackle, and that didn't turn out well in Baltimore. He stinks, too. But it's crazy. And I'll tell you what else is crazy. Joe Flacco as a Bengal creeps me out. It really does. Like, if you were to tell me years ago Joe Flacco would still be in the NFL, I would have called you crazy, and he's probably bankrupt. But here he is. I mean, Well, he's going to get traded to Pittsburgh next year to complete the AFC North quadfecta or whatever it is.
We just can't.
I know. On a side note, what was that officiating last week with the Jaguars and Chiefs? They missed so many calls on the Chiefs, like on the Travis Kelce touchdown. That was clearly OPI there. On the Trent McDuffie interception, that was clearly PI. They didn't call that. I like a lot of the calls favored the Chiefs in that game. I mean, the Jaguars won, which thank God they did, but the officiating is horrible. Get a Skyrim judge. Please, the UFL has it. The CFL's probably going to have one. Get a Skyrim judge. It works.
The Chiefs get a lot of calls to go their way.
But you do get Rashee. You do get Rashee Rice back. And look, Rashee Rice is another winner off the field. I mean, he's another piece of work. But I think he's absolutely needed on this offense because they need a wide receiver. I love Xavier Worthy, but I don't think he's there yet as the number one. And I honestly like Tyquan Thornton is like he's emerged finally on a real team.
But he's like a number 3. He's a number 3.
Yeah. And Juju, look, I love Juju. I think he's a great person.
He's over the hill.
I've never heard a bad word about the guy except for his TikTok dance fiasco like years ago when he was a Steeler. But dude's a scrub now. He's not good at. You know who else is a scrub too? Travis Kelce's kind of a scrub now too. He's not good this year.
He doesn't catch the ball.
Conspiracy theory alert, ladies and gentlemen. He's only in the league just so that they can get Taylor Swift to come to their games more.
He's letting Taylor get in his head.
Oh man,
I don't know if that's true. I mean, I don't know
about that.
I don't know. I mean,
I just know we need to win these games. He has the Chiefs.
And you don't have to worry about the Raiders.
Huh?
You don't have to worry about the Raiders.
Oh no, I don't.
That's another loser franchise.
I don't. I'm just worried about my team because right now we're behind the 8 ball.
They got to start Kenny Pickett over there. But yeah, the Chiefs. It's a game that they got to start winning.
Yeah,
they got it. I think
after next week, its schedule gets tough.
I think when Rice comes back, that team will be much.
He comes back when
week
next week 6-7,
either week 8 or week 7. Yeah,
well, we could use him for that game.
By the way, speaking of Rice, screw this team. You saw in week 1 where they were like wearing free Rashee Rice shirts during warm-ups and like basically trying to get Rashee back from his suspension. He ran away from an 8-car crash that he caused. What do you mean free Rashee Rice?
Yeah. It's like how Eagles fans said free Jalen Carter.
Oh, he's another winner, by the way. Speaking of the Eagles,
I'll still never forget when Jalen
Carter. Oh my God, on the first play back to speaking of the Eagles, panic time, especially with how it's clear Devontae and AJ Brown are pissed off right now. It's time to panic.
Devontae Smith did not look good.
Yes, Sirianni won the Super Bowl last year, but I'm not a big Sirianni guy. I mean, people ask me, but he won the Super Bowl. But yeah, Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl. Where's he employed at now?
The crowd,
Cam
the crowd resonates with
is
him,
a player too.
He has the
crowd
crazy.
Yeah, he's a great player.
The Giants,
I think he's going to be special.
I'm not going to say that they're playoff contenders because the Giants need a receiver too, and I can't trust this team that has Wan'Dale Robinson as the number 1 receiver. I just can't. And I mean, they had LaJordan Humphrey as like their number 2 in that game, but I like what I saw from Jackson Dart, and Daboll's absolutely going to get fined for his shenanigans where he went right into the blue tent.
Medical tent.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that.
You saw Russell Wilson throw one bad pass, and he's screaming at the team doctor to get his quarterback back in.
You can't do that. Like, and let's be real, Daboll's job's on the line here, but you can't do that. You cannot do that.
Like, I know you're stressed, buddy, but come on.
He's either getting fined or suspended. I think that Daboll's probably going to be donating some money to the Concussion Legacy Program in the NFL with a fine.
Did you guys see Jackson Dart high-five the referee? I'm like, he's so in there.
Oh, that was crazy.
Too. That was
crazy.
He's so in there.
He pulled an Adrian. He pulled an Adrian Beltre. If you don't know, Adrian Beltre used to play baseball with the Texas Rangers, and I think he was a Seattle Mariner. He didn't play, he was just having fun out there. You didn't care how much money he was. That was basically the type of mindset Jackson Dart had.
And I love the way yards.
Yeah, and I gotta say, the Giants do have something in these. I still don't believe that they'll be a playoff team because that schedule is brutal.
Yeah, not this year.
But I like what I'm seeing from them. And that other tackle, that they drafted in the 5th round, what's his name? Marcus Mabau, if I remember correctly. That's another player I actually am liking on that team as well. I mean, Evan Neal's only there because he was drafted in the top 10.
Man, I thought
his
he was gonna be
contract is
good,
brutal, but they
man.
cut him.
Yeah,
I did too.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be
Here's
good.
why I wasn't a big fan of Evan Neal. He played mainly as a left tackle at Alabama, and when they drafted him, they moved him to right tackle, and it just didn't work out for him. And plus, he was an idiot for basically claiming why should I he basically called the Giants fans hot hamburger flippers and hot dog it was crazy. Remember that? He was like, what do they do for a living? Flipping hot dogs and hamburgers or whatever it was. Oh my god. But yeah, that Giants team has got a ton of potential, and I like where they're going. You know, another team that could be a sneaky Super Bowl team. Seattle's kind of a sneaky Super Bowl team.
Don't get me started on Sammy Darnold.
Oh, I love Sam Darnold.
That's another guy who turned his career around.
Guy. God, I was
Kevin
so upset.
O'Connell.
I was no, not Kevin O'Connell. Kyle Shanahan, because Shanahan coached Darnold up as well, and then when he went to Minnesota, that's where things. But I was so upset when the Jets hired Adam Hedgase instead of Dan Campbell. I wanted Dan Campbell that year, and they're like, nah, Peyton Manning's coffee boy will do. Darnold's career got ruined, but then he went to Carolina. It didn't work out for him there. But when he went to San Francisco and learned under the Shanahan playbook, and then he impressed in Minnesota, and that last game ended his career in Minnesota in the playoffs. But he's looked really well in Seattle. But you gotta say, Jackson Smith-Njigba, he is playing like the best receiver in the NFL right now. That's how good he is. You could argue overall, maybe Chase is up there, this or that. Jackson Smith-Njigba is playing like the best receiver in football.
Justin Jefferson would like a word, but
yeah, but Jackson Smith-Njigba's he's better than Justin Jefferson this year, and that's saying something. I love Justin Jefferson, but Njigba's been.
Tyler's like, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
I feel like I made this argument with a coworker the other day. I was like, I think Ohio State and LSU are up there with wide receiver university. You have Marvin Harrison. You have Emeka Egbuka. You have
Marvin Harrison stinks. Marvin Harrison stinks. Don't throw his name in there.
Jackson Smith-Njigba. You have who was the other Ohio State? Garrett Wilson.
Yep.
And then LSU, you have Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase,
Malik Neighbors,
Odell Beckham,
Odell Beckham.
Before he turned into another piece of work, Odell Beckham.
I said JJ, Jamar Chase.
Those are the NFL factories right there for
Yeah, and the tight end factory is Iowa, if I remember correctly, right?
And that brings me to the Brian Bulaga, Iowa. On his Sunday Night Football intro. But yeah, you had George Kittle, TJ Hawkinson. There was another one that came out of Iowa.
Another one, yeah, I can't remember off the.
What about Georgia? You got Brock Bowers.
Bowers has been good this. He's been hurt.
Yeah, I know he's been injured and stuff like that. But he was incredible. Yeah. What we're talking about with Tyler Warren this year.
Yeah, that is true. I gotta be honest. This AJ Barner, who's playing for Seattle, he's played a lot better than Arroyo has this season, and he's got potential. And they really didn't have much in the running game, but overall, this was a really well performed game by both teams. And say what you want about Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he hasn't lived up to the hype, but he actually is a good, solid quarterback. And Brian Thomas actually finally impressed this year. He's been disappointing, but he actually did something. Even though ETN had a silent game, overall good. It was a good performance by both teams. I do wonder though. Would you label Seattle as a Super Bowl contender? Because I would.
They're up there. I feel like they really are. They went toe-to-toe with Tampa Bay. They went toe-to-toe with Jacksonville. I feel like Jacksonville's a sleeper in the AFC. They did lose to San Fran at the beginning of the year, but San Fran's also up there right now, even with all the injuries they have, too. So I feel like there's something there.
And I like Mike McDonald as a coach. Baltimore, the biggest mistake they ever made was letting him go and signing Harbaugh to that extension. They should have kept or promoted McDonald as the head coach.
But Seattle still has Washington. They still have the Rams. They still have us. They still have the Colts. They still have the Rams again, and they have the 49ers. They need to prove it.
Yeah, but I like what I'm seeing from Seattle. I'll tell you who I'm not liking that I'm seeing, Green Bay. Look, Green Bay did win this year, but man, that defense really got to wake up because they have not been playing up to expectations. And I know Micah Parsons is dealing with a back injury, but this defense has got to step up, man. They really do. And this Quay Walker, he stinks. Quay stinks.
You had 2 touchdown passes to Joe Flacco, give up 40 points to Dallas. You lost to Cleveland. You give up 18 points to Washington.
You tied Dallas as well. Look, I like Jordan Love too. I thought I did all right in this game, but Josh Jacobs is freaking amazing, bro. The Raiders are really kicking themselves that they didn't let him go. Golden finally did something. Romeo Dubes was solid. I just think once Christian Watson's back from his injury, that offense will, because they could use another Christian Watson there. But yeah, there's a ton of issues with Green Bay. And yes, they got the win here, but that defense needs to wake up. They need to wake up. And as for Cincy,
time to come out the NFC.
And as for Cincy, they're never going to fire him. Zach Taylor, not a good head coach.
No,
I guess he is not a good head coach.
Joe Burrow's held this job in place.
Yeah,
100% agree.
Zach Taylor, Raheem Morris, because they're all on the hot seat. Mike McDaniels, all on the hot seat, man.
The only reason why I don't think Zach Taylor will get fired is because the owner is cheap. So, he kept Marvin Lewis for as long as he did, even after Vontaze Burfict did try to kill Antonio Brown that one time. But yeah, that Browns owner is cheap. Like I said earlier, the 2 for sure firings are McDaniels in Miami and Callahan in Tennessee. On the deck, Aaron Glenn for the Jets if it gets to as bad. Probably the Falcons coach is definitely on there. But other coaches are on the hot seat actually.
As much.
And if they do fire Harbaugh, they should have done it January last year.
Yeah, the Ravens.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's not great.
Them, the Buccaneers.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't think Jonathan Gannon gets fired in Arizona either.
No, I think if there's still problems for next year, he's probably on the hot seat. Next year is the year where they got to make the playoffs, but I'm trying to think who else. I don't think the Browns will be idiots if they fire Stefanski. That guy's a good coach. He just has a GM who stupidly traded for Deshaun and gave him that gigantic contract. It's not his fault that the Browns are cluster this year.
No.
And Gabriel stunk. Gabriel was not good. And we're definitely getting Shador to start one of these games. He's definitely starting.
It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
I remember when Cleveland played KC in that playoff game, whatever it was. Cleveland had their starting offensive line in place for 5-6 weeks in a row. I feel like ever since they've had guys hurt, they can't have their full offensive line in place. I feel like when Cleveland has their full offensive line in place, they're one of the best units in the league. When you saw with Dallas had their full offensive line in place and one of the best in the league for years with the Smiths and everything. And that one, it was either a guard or a tackle that retired that was really, really good. I don't remember what his name was.
Not Conklin. It was, I forgot who it was.
But when Cleveland has their line fully healthy of Conklin and Teller and Batonio and all of them, they're one of the best units. But you keep throwing all these rookies behind this line, and with a dysfunctional offense that Stefanski's trying to get under control, there's nothing you can do. These quarterbacks are running for their lives because their line stinks. They can't do anything about it. Sure, Gabriel was a 5th-round pick, didn't look all that fantastic at Oregon, got destroyed by Ohio State in the Rose Bowl, but there's nothing for him to do right now. He's doing the best he can. He made the Vikings.
Yeah, Gabriel's in a bad spot too. He got drafted in the 3rd round, and then they drafted Shador in round 5. Sorry, I had to correct you there. I hate doing that, but yeah, he just got drafted in a bad spot. And with Cleveland, I would feel bad, but the Haslam family is a terrible ownership. He's a terrible owner too, and they really thought Deshaun Watson was an adult, and they tried to destroy Baker's careers. Yeah, I don't feel bad.
I'm sure the
Deshaun
Browns wish
Watson
they
is
could get that back. I'm sure they wish
Watson's
they could
from
have
my
Baker back.
area. Deshaun Watson is actually from my area. He went to high school 30 minutes from where I'm at.
Oh, you might need to you might need to be cautious now.
And then Trevor Lawrence actually defeated my former alma mater high school in the state playoffs right before he went to college.
Oh,
Wow.
I didn't. That's cool.
Wow.
Cartersville High School is where Trevor Lawrence went to school, and he kicked my former high school's butt in the state playoffs. So I thought he was going to be a really good product in the NFL, and then now you see what he is, and
yeah.
Then kind of.
By the way, did you hear what happened? We're getting off topic here. The Sanchez stuff.
I was going to mention that.
Yeah, great. First off, Mark Sanchez is pretty much done.
Yep.
He's there's no chance he's going to keep his job in Fox, and yeah, I think he's going to be spending some time in the hokey pokey in jail. So
yeah, Mark. Yeah.
Or try not staying, out in public at like midnight or like at 1 a.m. Nothing ever good happens when you're out that late.
He's famous for the butt fumble, then famous for going on, I don't know if you ever watched it. He was famous for going on Masked Singer a few years ago, where the celebrities
and eating a hot dog mid-performance.
He was a baby alien, actually. His costume was the baby alien.
What?
Yeah, celebrities go on, so they get called to the show, perform under masks, and sing for competitions. Kind of like American Idol and The Voice, but kind of a rip-off thing for celebrities.
I don't watch either of those things.
Yeah, but he was on it one year, and his costume was called the baby alien. So he's famous for the butt fumble. He's famous for being an alien on a competition TV show on Fox, and then he's famous for being intoxicated and getting arrested.
And he's also famous for eating a hot dog in the middle of a football game too.
You want to know what his
how do you smuggle a hot dog in the middle of an NFL game? That's my question.
You want to know what his ex said?
So you're trying to say I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You know the story of Jay Cutler's ex. You know the story of Jay Cutler's ex, Tyler?
I don't.
What happened?
Oh, well, I told you this. When they were going through the divorce, he only played in Miami because his wife forced him to. And when they were going through the divorce, do you want to know what Jay Cutler basically said in the divorce proceedings? Get a job. Get a job. And then they divorced. Get a job.
Crazy.
Oh my goodness gracious. But yeah, going back to Sanchez, I mean, how do you walk away with a stab wound and you're holding it on your chest? How is that possible? Oh my god. Adrenaline rush, man.
Yeah, but anything else, guys? Before...
Oh, I love this show. I don't want to die. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
We gotta have an end. What do you, if you're listening to this right now, Mr. Johnson, sell the team. Sell the team. But thank God hockey and my Charlotte Hornets are back on the court, so I can actually have an alternative to hopefully make me happy. But it's the Charlotte Hornets, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Guess what? Does Woody Johnson outdo Jerry Jones? Does Woody Johnson outdo Jerry Jones?
What'd you say? Yes. Oof.
Yeah, I was like, LaMelo, you need to get that defense up, man.
What'd you say, Tyler?
Does Woody Johnson outdo Jerry Jones as an owner, or who's worse?
Oh, Woody's the worst owner in the league, and it's not even close. At least Jerry Jones is, even though he won't swing for some curtains when it's like bright outside, he actually does make some logical moves with his football teams. Woody doesn't. He doesn't. And I swear, Woody, get a new arena because MetLife is awful. Sell the team. Like, you don't know how to run a football team. But I will say another thing, too, just to support Woody here. I think it's an absolute ridiculousness that everyone is making fun of his son. Especially because Woody named his son Brick Johnson. And come on, you can't go after the kid for his name. You can't do that. Stop. And stop using Madden to dictate trades.
I was gonna.
Yeah, and they have talent. The Jets don't.
Yeah, it's true.
Jerry Jones calling him Michael Parsons to the media.
I know. I don't know if I still think that Jerry is like. I might be overthinking it. I don't know if you saw him during one of the interviews he was doing on the stage. He was shaking a little noticeably. I wonder if he has Parkinson's.
He's up there in age. He definitely, as sad as that is, he definitely might.
Dude, he looks like Emperor Palpatine, like in real life. He really, like, if you go Google up, DJ, if you clip this, go find like an Emperor Palpatine and like put up a Jerry Jones like photo and like combine it next to each other. He legitimately looks like Emperor Palpatine.
I don't want to be horrified.
I'm not even joking.
I don't want to be horrified. I know Halloween's around the corner, but let's
unlimited power.
I know it's Halloween time, but I don't want to go to sleep.
He could go cheap. He could go cheap on the costume. I mean, he goes cheap on the curtains.
Yeah.
He won't even swing for some curtains.
You can find me. I think it's you can find me at Sports Pain Me on Twitter. You can find me by my name on Facebook. I also do fan sided for the Penguins and the Brewers. I also do the NHL, UConn, and the Chicago Sky for Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. You can find me on social media. Just Google my name, Nicholas Smolik. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. I'll join the other apps if I so choose. Well, I'm not, you know where I am. But I write for Total Apex Sports, and I'll write for more in the future. Other platforms.
Yeah, he knows.
Oh, he knows. Okay. I don't want to get him in trouble. I don't want to get you in trouble. Okay, I know you work for Fansided too, so I don't want to get you in trouble. But yeah, I'm doing that as well. Oh my god.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for the show. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and share anybody you know who loves sports. I know there's some technical difficulties. Riverside be killing me sometimes, so I'm sorry about that. With the audio, and my audio kind of got cut off on some certain points of the episode. In case you guys didn't notice, some of my sentences got cut off and I wasn't able to finish. But hey, you gotta work with what you can. Some stuff is out of your control. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'm your host, DJ Hamilton, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.